How'd you feel tonight?
I felt great. And obviously, it's physically, I felt great. It's the mental aspect. When you're coming on something like that, to mentally be ready to go out and play. And in the first couple minutes, well, the entire rehab process, I was mentally ready. But then getting into game action where you can't really anticipate what the opposing team's going to do. So, I overcame that in the first, minute or so, and from there it was just about being smart. Obviously on the minute restriction. I think Jay did a good job of managing that even. When I felt like I was good to continue, making sure that he protected me, but for the most part, I felt great out there.
Was the injury that happened in the February game, was that in any way related to what you were dealing with before, or was it a completely separate issue?
I don't know. I talked to the doctors. Not 100% sure. I mean, obviously everything in your body's connected, but a direct correlation, I'm not sure.
What have the last 6 weeks been like as you've been trying to get back and sort of watching what's going on with the rest of the team and all the injuries you've had with Kai and everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. Obviously, you see these guys, battling, every single night. Winning close games, losing close games, blowing teams out, being blown out. They landed on the line. So, for me, it was never, I thought about if I was going to come back and play, especially if I was healthy. We're on demand. Guys are hurt. Gav live. Kai goes out. B. Will was out for a little bit with his hammy. Jaden was out. PJ was out. So it was tough. I mean, seeing guys come to the locker room after games and leaving out on the floor, laying on the floor in the locker room, just gas and to the point of exhaustion. So. There was no doubt I was going to come back and play, but that makes you want to come out, and play, with these guys. They leave it on the floor and battle each and every night, and that's one of the leaders on the team. I just want to go out there and do as much as I can to get them a breather at least.
You obviously came here. Part of coming here was to play with Kyrie. Obviously helped him out after the injury, off the court, I should say. What was that whole night like to obviously see that happen and kind of have to go through that as a group?
It was devastating. Obviously, Kai's a phenomenal basketball player, but even more phenomenal human. And anytime anyone goes through something like that, injury like that at magnitude, it always sucks. Obviously the initial injury, an initial moment. Just want to give him space. Then he came back to the locker room, got everything out of the system, and excited about the rehab process. Obviously, you see now he's streaming and he's, I'm not sure if he got surgery or anything yet. I'm not 100% sure, but he's in a good headspace. He's been around the team. He was on the bench tonight, so see him in a great headspace is good, for our teams. Good for me, and I'm pretty sure good for him. So obviously it sucks, but we got to hold the fort down for this season, and then until next season, until he's ready to come back.
How important was it for you to come back, AD, during this period of time when the team is trying to make that push to the play-in tournament?
Very important. Like I said, we obviously in the race right now. Phoenix, and, they playing Milwaukee tonight. But we're in the battle. We're trying to get to not just a 10th seed, but past that, wherever we can go, and with 12 games left, try to make a push and see what happens. And when we get into play-in, playoffs, anything can happen. So just trying to keep the guys connected, get guys back in the swing of things, trying to get myself back in the rhythm and the swing of things, and be ready for this push that we're trying to make.
How much damage do you think this team can do if you get into play-in?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to get healthy. We're getting live. It's on its way. Gav. And we just got to get guys healthy, and once we do that, we'll go as far as our health goes. I think as a healthy team, we're really tough to beat. But when we're not healthy, then it's going to be tough to win games for sure.
You've been around the team, obviously with the legends. You're with Gaff, you're with Live. What has it been like kind of going through practices, whether it's 5-on-5, 3-on-3 with those guys?
With the legends?
Yeah.
It was good, man. The guys are really good at basketball, man. And got me, still working with. I think their season's over though, right?
I think it's close.
It's close. So, they got me right. Pushing me, the times that I practice with them, playing 5-on-5, attacking me, making sure that all the movements and functionality of my body was great for me to go out and feel comfortable to play tonight. So I appreciate those guys. Got a little vibe with them, and I know they're appreciative of me. They came, to me and told me that I even pushed them. So it was good for that. And then Live and Gaffer, obviously continuously getting better each and every day, and can't wait to get those two guys back.
You're not playing tomorrow, right?
I don't think so.
You play Thursday.
Yeah.
It seems like you've just really been itching to get back on the court. Just what are the conversations been like with Jason, Go, Mavericks staff, just of like, hey, I want to be back. I want to help my team. And they're like, hey, we got to make sure.
Yeah, I stressed that to him. Once I'm 100%, whatever that time was, and we got games left that I'm gonna play, and we all huddled up and got on the same page, and like I say, went through the rehab process and was able to play tonight. But it was never a moment in my mind that unless we ran out of games, I wasn't 100%, I wasn't gonna play. And then, like I said, seeing these guys, we're playing with 7 guys, and guys, playing 38, 40 minutes, we just don't have enough bodies. Leaving on the floor, Walker Kessler's playing 5, Naji's playing 5. Just added a little bit more motivation for me to. I was already motivated to get back, but a little bit more motivation seeing those guys battle each and every night, leaving it out on the floor. So, like I said, there's no doubt in my mind I was going to come back.
You played out there next to Kai Jones tonight. Obviously, him being at center, you being at the floor. When you're able to feed a guy like that for a dunk, I guess what does that do for you personally?
Not really for me, but just with the defense in the behind. Are you going to step up and help? On me, and now he's getting drop-off dunks, or you leaving Clay and PJ, all these guys in the corner, Spencer for threes. Or if you don't step up, then I'll go finish. So I put the defense in the bond when you got a guy like that who's able to play above the rim. He actually almost hit his head on the backboard on the lob in the second half. So he's very athletic, great around the rim, and he's only getting better.
How many games you think it'll be where you'll be back where you want comfortably in?
I'll just take it one game at a time. I'm not sure. I'm a rhythm player. I feel good today. Feel like I had a great rhythm. To be honest, I wasn't trying to force anything. But at the end of the day, game by game, I know I'll get better and better. And most importantly, we're just trying to get the wins and stack wins to be able to either create some separation in game or the guys that's in front of us.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Oh.
That shirt, man.
Huh?
I like that shirt.
Thank you, I appreciate it. What up? How you doing? You good?
Good, good.
Xavier got that win the other night.
No, we lost.
I was talking about against Kai.
Oh, yeah.
Texas.
Told you. Yeah, that's about the noise.
Bring that up.
I'm ready.
What you think of the addition of AD tonight?
Makes everything feel so much better out there on the court. Just knowing that he's there protecting us, and on the offensive end, he's there leading. So it's great. So it's my second game with him, so just gonna take some getting used to, but it was beautiful out there.
Anything in particular that you were able to take advantage of because he was out there?
Just driving to the lane, bigs don't want to help as much because you got AD right there in the junkie, so the lane is wide on defense. We got to foul as much when we go to the rim because we got AD back there protecting us.
When you guys go to these lineups with PJD and the center is Kai tonight, how does that make y'all unique? Being so big like that.
Kai's a great player, very mobile, so he also helps us out a lot too. So I think Kai takes pressure off AD, not pressure, but makes AD's job a little bit easier, especially on the defensive end. So it's great, man. And you already know what PJ brings to the table, so just all good additions and just great.
Jason you mentioned when you guys get back from All-Star talent that you want to sometimes go to them every time.
Mm-hmm.
When you're out there like live action, how difficult is it to kind of not get so bogged up in that routine?
Pretty difficult. Like you said, AD the All-Star, bro. And, we like to watch him work too. So, but he gives us the go-to. He tells us to go here. Like AD, he gonna find his own shots. He gonna find the ball. So he trusts in us, just like coach. So we just go out there and play.
And then defensively, like just having him out there, even if he isn't blocking shots, what does that do for you guys defensively?
Man, it makes us feel comfortable, especially on the ball, outside of the perimeter, and just knowing that he's back there to help us out.
How important is it to have a guy like him as you guys trying to make this push to the play in these last 10 games?
Like I said, it just helps us out on the defensive end and offensive end, takes us to makes a whole different team.
We got CJ there tonight. How much are you personally checking the standings just since you guys are tied with Phoenix?
Never, not really. As long as we get in there, know what time it is and what has to be done. So just trying to make it, win some games, string a bunch of wins in a row, and do what we gotta do.
Seems like
You guys get in there, you feel like you can do some damage once you get in.
Of course, I wouldn't tell you no.
yeah, it seems like y'all's mentality this whole time, even when there's a lot of bad luck, injuries, has been, no, we're going to keep playing hard, we're going to keep trying to make the postseason. I mean, why has it just been the team mentality?
Who wants to lose? You know what I'm saying? Of course, we have a great team. Unfortunately, we battled a couple injuries this season, but we get some guys back, and we right there at that playing spot. And we know what time it is, and everybody else knows what time it is. We get healthy and get into the playoffs. So just trying to, stay motivated. Stay focused, stay locked in, and string along some games.
How do you pick up tomorrow night what you guys did tonight?
Same thing, same energy, same intensity, and go out there and play the ball we know how to.
You came off the bench for the first time since March 3rd against Sacramento. Just during that time when you were starting, kind of facilitating offense, what did you learn during that time that you applied off the bench?
I just keep learning how to play with my teammates. Been in a bunch of different positions with these guys, and just learning how to play with, the first group, the second group, learning my teammates on offense and defense. So I would say for the most part, just learning my teammates.
Thanks.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I thought it was. It was a positive experience. I thought a lot of things we tried to keep his run short, and then we tried to keep him under his minutes, and I thought he did an incredible job. I thought his rhythm was good, and just being able to play for the rest of the guys. Sometimes when you get a player back like AD, you want to throw the ball to him every time. And I thought the guys did a good job of being aggressive and letting the ball find him.
Yeah, and then defensively, I know he wasn't kind of concerting all of his energy out there, but what is his presence like, and how does that change you guys defensively?
Yeah, I think it helps us defensively in a big way to have two bigs and then being able to protect the rim. The one thing we got to get used to is for our smaller guys to not foul as much when guys are driving, because we have a big behind us, and so that'll take some time. But a lot of positive things on the defensive end, and then I thought the pace of the game, and then just the ball movement, the 10 assists in the first quarter, and then to have 9 in the second quarter was really good.
And to that point, Spencer, another really high assist total night. Just what did you think about what he's able to do?
Yeah, I think when you look at the Indiana game and the Detroit game, and then tonight his ability to play make, he had 12 assists tonight, and just the ball moving, and then understanding the defense of how they're playing him, and being able to find other guys. I thought he just made the games really simple and easy.
When you guys shift PJ down to the 3 instead of the 4, how does the game just change, or how are things different for him, if at all, on the court?
Yeah, I think for him, it's he's going to be bigger than most threes, and it makes us a big team when he is at the 3. But then when he is able to play the 4 with AD, but I thought in the zone he did a great job of playing in the middle, being able to score, and then also being able to play make.
Naji came off the bench for the first time since March 3rd. What does it do for the second unit when you have a guy like that who's contributed so much in the first unit for when so many guys were hurt?
Yeah, I think just understanding, one, he's a pro and he's done everything we've asked him. And again, I think coming off the bench tonight, he was aggressive and being able to play make, and then also being able to score. And he did that at a high, for us. And that just gives us our depth of being able to bring someone like that off the bench is big. And most likely he's going to start tomorrow. But just looking at, if we're healthy, being able to have someone like that can score, play make, and then also on the defensive end.
You haven't had many games like this tonight, Jason, where you out-rebound a team. What's that like for you in order to get a rebound advantage tonight?
Well, we've been small, so not to discredit those guys. They are competing to try to get the rebound. But tonight we're big when you talk about PJ at the 3 and AD at the 4 and Kai at the 5. And so to be able to limit those guys to one shot and then being able to take care of the ball and get out and run was big for us, and we got off to a good start.
What are some of the things you have to do tomorrow night in order to piggyback on what happened tonight?
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger, and so just understanding they have some guys out, but they're talented, they're well coached, and we got to turn the pace. We got to play better tomorrow, and we got to be able to take care of the ball and rebound. The physicality is going to be there, so we got to be prepared for that.
What was it like returning to Brooklyn to see Vince Carter's jersey above with yours, and also how did he make the game easier for you?
Yeah, it was great to see Vince's number up there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be here to celebrate with him, but I think it's incredible that the Nets, as an organization, recognize Vince as a teammate. He made the game easy. There was probably a lot of passes that he turned into highlights. And he enjoyed the game, and he's one of my favorite teammates that ever played with. And so to see the Nets again recognize him for not just his on-court but off-court achievements is incredible. See you guys tomorrow.